It seems more and more as time goes on, the more that Stellantis is course correcting, because we've already had announcements of other EVs and hybrids that are delayed. And now today we finally got confirmation, something I knew was going to happen a little while ago, that the Ram 1500 Rev, the full electric Ram pickup truck that's supposed to be, still on track and blah, 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 has now been officially canceled. It is done. It is over. It is out of here. So let's talk about that in this video and what else we could see on a chopping block in the near future. Okay, more over 51,000 friends and the 56% of you guys who watch the videos and have the subscribe button. These EV launches for Stellantis have been a disaster ever since the beginning, right? Ever since last call, everything's been floating downstream ever since Stellantis' former CEO, Carl Tavares, basically made the decision to say, F the customer, you're going to get what I want you to have, and then we're going to push EVs first and then Hurricane second. So this has left Stellantis in a position to where most of their vehicles and better, I can't think of no other better way of saying, most of the vehicles are now trash. And let's just say some of these vehicles, when they're launched, they're very horrible. And some of these vehicles in the background, they were working on, but now they're going like, yeah, they're a little more trouble than they're worth, and we're not going to come out with them. Which brings to this point right here of the actual Ram Rev. The Ram Rev, let me make this better so you can actually see this. The Ram Rev electric pickup truck is dead before it can pile up on dealership lots, because that's basically what all the electric vehicles were. No one was buying them. No one goes to Dodge or Ram or Jeep and going like, hey, I want the best electric vehicle you guys have. That's what Tesla is for. So these other brands stepping out of their comfort zone and building vehicles they're not normally used to usually leads to an issue to where those vehicles aren't that great. So the Ram Rev, I know for a fact this was something they was working on in the background stuff. I'll show you pictures right here, because they actually put like a whole brand new line up in the Stellantis assembly plant for them to actually go build those vehicles. But from when I was listening to people who, let's just say, built these vehicles, they were telling me that the production of the truck was a disaster. They were telling me that, yeah, they gonna build this truck and it's taking so long that they had to literally pull the truck off the line unfinished because it's just so much crap that goes along with this actual vehicle. And even on that little new line they did, it still takes way too long to put the vehicle together. I'm not gonna get really into specifics of what people told me, but yeah, they did tell me that this vehicle was a disaster to put together and stuff. And I even got pictures of people who had to dress like they're in like a hazmat area just to assemble this vehicle. So I'm just saying, if you got to wear all this crazy stuff to put a vehicle together, why I want to drive in it without that same kind of protection in it? So I'm just saying. But let's go back to this Jalopnik article right here. Let me just scroll down. If you aren't already sitting down, I promise you, you're going to want to do so right now. We have shocking news, and it really isn't the kind of thing you should read standing up. Citing the email sent to members of the Ram Insider Plus program, Esmond reports that the Ram 1500 Rev is officially dead. The fully electric Ram pickup truck that was initially announced with an optional 229 kilowatt battery would never see the light of day. If only we could have possibly seen this coming, we could have been more prepared. Now, I'm pretty sure they're being very sarcastic and stuff, but we already knew from them canceling the long range version back in January that this was going to happen. Them delaying the actual Chrysler crossover, because they got rid of the airflow concept and they're supposed to make like another Chrysler EV, but they delayed that back in January and stuff. And then here we go of them having the last several months delaying more model stuff. Now we have official confirmation that, yeah, this truck is officially gone, which it never should even be built in the first place. But let's keep going with this article, right? So, okay, so yes, Ram did announce back in December that the Ram 1500 Rev had been delayed. And sure, we learned also back in January that Ram would no longer offer the 229 kilowatt version with an estimated range of 500 mile range. So that was the thing in January about them having the long range version that they got rid of, because from what I know, the cost was way too high for that truck. It would have been over $100,000 for that truck, from what I'm understanding, from what people were telling me. Oh, and then we learned in April that the heavy duty version of the upcoming electric pickup truck had also been scrapped. And that, I should have made a video about this, but I did talk to people within Ram, and they said they were going to make a HD version of this truck, and it could have been a dually. So I'm thinking that is the truck that actually got scrapped and stuff. Because I asked them, I was like, you know, if you guys made like a Ram Charger dually, I think that'd be a cool option and stuff. And I think that's what they're going to try to move towards, and actually make a Ram Charger dually and not a full Ram 1500, well, not 1500, but Ram 2500 full electric vehicle. It probably gonna weigh way too much, and even with the towing range, it probably be horrible. But I think I'm gonna make a video about this. But then they're gonna move towards a Ram 2500, 3500 Ram Rev with the battery pack and the generator in the front of the hood. And yeah, we also knew that Dodge was struggling to sell the electric Charger, and of course, Ram just brought back the V8 with a symbol protest badge. But come still, it's not like there were any signs that American-owned Stellantis might bail on this electric truck. So they're definitely being sarcastic in this article and stuff. And I'm just glad this truck finally got the X, because I don't think this truck would have been successful at all, period. Especially when you got the Ram Charger sitting right there beside it on showroom floors. This truck right here would have been one of the most stupidest things to do when you have a hybrid version of it right there. They're gonna give you more range, and you don't gotta go sit at a gas, or not to sit at a gas station, but you don't gotta sit at a charger for like damn near 2 hours to charge up a 229 kilowatt battery pack. You can go drive it to a regular gas pump, fill the regular tank up, have that generator, charge a battery pack, and get the moving and stuff. Fully electric pickup trucks is one of the most stupidest things I've ever heard. They don't get great range, and if you tow, you're gonna be there going stopping pretty daggone quick, because the towing kills at least half of the range. So you're doing 220 some kilowatt battery pack and only getting about 200 miles of range, maybe 100 some miles of range, depending on how heavy you tow. You can see why this thing does not make no sense whatsoever. And yet, Ram Insider members repeatedly received email that read, "Our multi-energy platforms, alongside our existing offerings, are engineered to support a range of powertrain options. This strategic decision continues as we evaluate the needs of our customers and the impact of recent economic developments." So basically, your customers didn't really want this crap in the first place. You got like a small segment of the population that actually like these things, but not the majority. Majority rules. If you stop building vehicles for the majority of your customers, then that little small little fringe group is going to lead you to bankruptcy, which they pretty much did, because Ram and Stellantis has been going downhill, and they're going to lose almost $3 billion this year listening to that little small fringe and making vehicles just for them. So just saying. And recent economic developments, that just basically means that with tariffs, they can't go and get battery packs for cheap anymore. And they went to a V8 heavy lineup, because V8s are still cheaper because no more emissions fines. So without the government doing all this nonsense and trying to manipulate people, and they're going with electric vehicles and stuff, if you leave things all fair, electric vehicles can now outperform a gasoline vehicle in literally every facet. It can't outperform it in terms of cost, in terms of range, none of that crap. You may be able to go quicker than a gas car, but that's only one leg of a, let's say a four-legged stool. So just saying. In response to customer feedback and rapidly slowing industry demand for full-size BEV pickup trucks, the brand is discontinuing the development of the battery electric Ram 1500, formerly known as the Ram Rev. Let's see, Ram has since released a statement that reads, "As demand for the full-size battery electric truck slows down in America, Stellantis is reassessing its product strategy and will discontinue development of a full-size BEV pickup truck. As part of this, Ram is renaming the REEV powered pickup truck to the Ram 1500 Rev, formerly the Ram Charger." What? Ram is renaming its range-extended EV powered pickup truck Rev, the former the Ram Charger. This vehicle is expected to set a new benchmark. Oh, so they're going to get rid of the Ram Charger name and call that the Ram Rev. Wow. This vehicle will set a new benchmark in the half-ton segment of reception range, towing capacity, and payload performance. Wow. Okay, that is crazy. So now there's hope that if they were to bring back an SUV to Ram, they can call that new Ram the Ram Charger. But that's pretty interesting. While disappointing to see that Stellantis backed off EVs in the US, it's unlikely the 1500 Rev would have been either competitive or popular. Ram isn't wrong that demand for full-size pickup truck is faltering, and both Ford and Chevy already beat Ram to the electric pickup truck punch, and both of them have basically dropped back the actual makings of those vehicles too. By the time the Rev launched, the F-150 Lightning could have easily been its 5th model year. That isn't exactly striking that while the iron is hot. Also, knowing dealers, they probably would have added huge markups that made the truck even harder to sell. No, they wouldn't have. They would have had it. They would have offered huge markups. Basically, what they did was they would take thousands of dollars off to get people to sell it because no one wants it. So I'm just saying. So as much as I say I love to see EV options in the US, I'm not too broken up by the fact that we won't see another full-size electric pickup truck. That motor trend expected to weigh about 7,500 pounds. Plus, the range extended Ram Charter is still coming, even if it loses cool name in the process. So I think that is you know what, I'm gonna give Tim Kuniskis a clap for this, right? I'm so glad that my dear friend Tim Kuniskis canceled this truck and got rid of the Ram Charger name off of the actual extended range version with the gas generator, right? So now the Ram Charger is dead. Well, in name only. Now that's gonna be called the Ram Rev, and the full EV version is now officially gone, buried, finito, it's out of there. But we can all, like they said in this article, we can all see this coming because they have either canceled or delayed multiple models since January when they got rid of this nutcase called Severus. They basically delayed what the Chrysler crossover. They delayed that in January. They basically postponed the Hornet. They went and said that the the Charter Daytona RT was postponed for a 2026 model year. Then the Scat Pack version went to order only for 2026. You had the Ram Recon that's basically delayed and stuff. You got all their EVs and hybrids and stuff all have recalls on them right now and stuff. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the background, and I'm just so glad that they finally got rid of one thing out of their freaking lineup that didn't make any sense. And hopefully they'll take that time, the effort, and that money to develop vehicles and trucks that people actually want. Because one thing the Ram should do is get rid of that nonsense and actually put the actual 392 in some of their trucks. I hope they go and actually put some of that time, effort, and money and put the 392 into the Rebel, probably not the Rebel, put the 392 into the actual RHO, the Limited, the Longhorn, and the Tungsten. Put the 392 in those vehicles right there, and then let everybody go and be happy and buy these, you know, these higher horsepower Ram trucks, and actually can go to the gas station and don't have to sit at a damn charger for 45 minutes to an hour just to get a decent charge. But I'm just so excited this is happening, and you can tell by my voice I'm about to lose it, but I'm just glad this is something that's going to happen. And let me know what you guys think. Are you guys so glad that Tim Kuniskis has seen the light and he's canceling all these stupid vehicles that does not make any sense in Ram's lineup, that was basically going to pop a lot because you wasn't going to buy it in the first place and stuff? And should Tim Kuniskis go ahead and, hey, look, 392 and some of the higher level trucks and be done with it? And if you want to check out a video, I talk about the 392 going to the Ram trucks, you can check out this video right here. And until the next time, I'm out.